Yo, what's going on everybody? Raging Fury 555 here, bringing you guys a brand new video. And today we're going over all the scores I got over my road trip. So all the silver basically, and there's a couple of miscellaneouses, like the ones right over here. Those are proofs. But anyway, yeah, so this took a lot of hard work. Don't think when you go to rural areas, be like, oh, I'm gonna get all of this silver, it's gonna be amazing, because I think 80% of the silver here all came from 2 scores, just 2 scores, and then one of the scores makes up for like 50% of the silver. So like, don't think when you go out you're gonna get this much silver. I mean, I consider myself very lucky, and I've yet to get a silver, or I've yet to get a piece or Morgan dollar from a bank. It just hasn't happened yet. But anyway, let's go over it. So we got a ton of 40%ers. We have a total of 134 40%ers, quite a lot. And then we got 40 90%ers, 34 Franklins, 5 Walkers, and then we got some dimes and quarters, or singular quarter, and then 1 nickel. And 1 of the quarters and 2 of the dimes, and then the war nickel came from a Coinstar, where I just randomly checked it, and the Coinstar had $2 and change, a silver quarter, 2 silver dimes, and a war nickel, which was pretty awesome. And then the other 5 dimes I got from about $1,500 searched customer world dimes. I actually got pretty lucky. In the last $695 I got 4 silver dimes, and then the first $1,000 only got 1 silver dime. So go figure, dimes are never good with me. But yeah, this is a lot of silver. I actually have it right here. I've calculated the amount of silver. It's actually $793, but I checked here, there's no calculation for the barber half dollar right here. And honestly, I think this barber half dollar is about BF, maybe fine on a bad day. And that would put it around $100 bare minimum. So this $793 should be at least $850, and probably more like $900 in total value right here. So $900 made in 3 weeks. That was how long my road trip was. So this is actually pretty good considering the amount of time I spent. And just letting you guys know, this was not very easy. I mean, I would wake up early, I would walk for 2 or 3 hours every day, going to separate banks in whatever city I was in. And I'll be making strategy guys in the future about how to use your time most effectively while in rural areas, because there are certain strategies you can use to make your hunts a lot more effective, especially when you're doing customer wrapped roles hunting. And I think if I knew those strategies beforehand, I might have been able to hit $1 grand in silver. Maybe not, but yeah. So I think having good strategy is super important, and I'll be going over that in a separate video. But anyway, the majority of the 90%ers all came from that one big score, which had the barber half dollar. And sorry, my phone ran out of space, so I cleared some storage and we should be good now. But anyway, so I was in Wenatchee, Washington, and I went to a Wells Fargo, and I don't know how they didn't catch this, but they had a huge 90%er dump, and they might have caught on and they just didn't check, because I went back and I asked if that guy deposited any other denominations, and they said no. And maybe that's true, because I think the guy did deposit it in the drive-through. But it could also be that they realized they screwed up and they realized they gave away a lot of silver. That was just an excellent score, and I don't think I'll ever get anything quite that extensive, especially since I won't be hunting as much as I'm going to college. But anyway, so, and we know, if you guys watch my other video, I had a huge 40%er dump in Rock Springs, Wyoming. And it wasn't quite as good, because 40%ers, even though there was more of them, they're not quite as valuable as the 90%ers, but that was still an excellent score. And those scores made up the majority of my silver. I think out of all the candies for the 90%ers, I think only 8 came from other banks, and then the rest came from the big scores. And then for the Benjis and the Walkers, I only got 1 Walker from Customer Wrapped, and then I got 1 Franklin from Customer Wrapped. So yeah, I mean, a lot of it came from 1 score or 2 scores. I mean, I got very lucky, and I'm looking for, you know, these scores are definitely out there. If you're on Reddit, you'll see maybe once every 2 to 3 weeks, someone will get a big score, a big 90% or a big 40% scores, because they're still out there. But in between, there's going to be a lot of banks which have been already searched, or there's just nothing there. And you just gotta go through it. I mean, I've had several days where I walk for maybe 10 or 20 miles and I get maybe 1 40%er, and that's it. So it takes a lot of perseverance. You know, I'm walking in the heat, and of course you could drive if you want to, but you know, I'm trying to save gas and whatever. So I did a lot of walking in order to cover a lot of ground. But yeah, a loss over here. The Proust actually came from Customer Wrapped rolls. I don't know how they got in there. And then the Barber half is probably the crown jewel. I mean, that is a pretty amazing find. Let me know in the comments what you think the grade is. But anyway, really awesome. I got the score. I don't know what else to really talk about here. Real quick, I'm going to talk about rural versus urban. I'm going to do a full video on this, but I'm going to talk about it real quick here. And I kind of found out that there's kind of a sweet spot for rural versus urban. And basically, the town can't be too small. If the town's too small, they're not going to have any half dollars. I've had a couple scores where the town was really small, but they had some silver half dollars, but it wasn't even that many silvers. And then most of the time they just wouldn't have anything, or just a dump. And the town can't be too big either, because I went to towns like Boise, and those aren't huge towns, but they're already been searched. They're already too big. And I found out the kind of the sweet spots around 20,000 to 50,000 people. So you need enough people. It's kind of like a Goldilocks zone, the 20,000 to 50,000 people. That's the Goldilocks zone to find a lot of silver, because the town's small, but it's not too small to find silver. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy. Just so you guys know, these are stacks of 5, because I didn't have enough room to put all the silver here individually. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy. New strategy guys on hunting half dollars will be coming up, so you guys know how to hunt Customer Wrapped rolls. And if you're speed running, if you don't have a lot of time, I'll show you guys where to hit, or which banks to hit first, and then have some banks for second priority. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, and I hope you guys get one score which is similar to this. Anyway, peace out, everybody.